Hello dear students, today we are going to start with the lesson number 4, that is images, links and tables in HTML. In this chapter we are going to discuss the text that allows us to create tables, links and images in an HTML. In the previous chapter, we have learned about the basic concepts of HTML and various formatting tags, which helps a developer in enhancing the appearance of a web page. Apart from the text-based tags, we can also include images, graphics, and audio clips and video clips on our web page and give a professional look to it. So, in this chapter, we will discuss to add these multimedia elements in our web pages. So, let's begin with the chapter. So our first topic is inserting images. Images are used to beautify as well as to depict many complex concepts easily on our web page. Images can also be used as a navigational tool to help users to browse through the web page. Web browsers support various graphic formats such as GIF and JPEG. There are two types of images, inline and external images. The inline image is displayed when the web page is opened and it is inserted within a line of text, whereas the external image is not shown automatically with other content on the web page. Instead, it is referred externally and viewed separately by clicking on a link. The IMG tag is used to insert an inline image. To add an external image, the anchor tag is used as a link to the image. So, firstly, we will discuss IMG tag. The IMG tag or the image tag is used to add images in an HTML document. It is an empty tag and requires different attributes to be specified with it. The various attributes of IMG tag are SRC, alt, align and so on. For SRC, the SRC attribute is defining the source of an image. That means from where the image is coming or from where we have to browse the image is identifies by the SRC attribute. So SRC attribute specifies the image file. One should be aware about its location there. That is where the file exists. To add and define the source of an image on a web page, type img src is equals to address of the file, address of the path of the image. Alt tag, sometimes the browser does not display images. In that case, you can provide the text that you want to display in place of the image. The alt attributes lets you to specify text as an alternate to the image. For example, sometimes it happens whenever we often perform a search on Google, sometimes it happens that Google is unable to find the results. So what the message Google display? It displays the current web page is not available. So these type of text we can display with the help of alt or alternate attribute of image tag, so that a user can come to know, or user get the knowledge of this, that that particular image is not available to the computer or to the system. So alt attribute is used that lets us specify a text as an alternate to the image. So importance of alternate text is, if the browser is text based, that is Linux, and cannot display images, the alt attribute can prove to be helpful. The alt attribute can display a phrase instead of the image. It can explain our image to the visually challenged for whom the browser is programmed to read aloud the alternate text instead of displaying the image. Since images are often large files and sometimes takes a long time to display due to heavy traffic, this is not a traffic of that automobiles, this is data traffic or unsupportive browser. The user may expect a description of the image. Many people set their browser setting to not auto load the images. In that case, alt attribute is used. The alternate text will give a description of the image. The next one is align. Align is also an attribute of image tag. You can align the images with the help of align attribute. The align attribute behave differently with inline and floating images. Aligning inline images includes align top, align middle, align bottom. That means if you want the text to align at the top, use align top. If you want our text to align in the middle, use align middle, and if you want the text to align at the bottom of the page, then you use align bottom. Aligning floating images makes the text to wrap around the image. Images can either be left aligned or right aligned. The paragraph will flow around the image for several lines if the image is large. As you can see in the diagram or in the program that is given on page number 110, in that they have shown a window with an image of ice stupa, and you can see that the text is coming around the image. That means the text has covered the full image irrespective of the size. of the image. So this is done with the help of aligning floating images. All right. Centering an image. The align attribute cannot be used to center align the image horizontally. The middle value of the align attribute center aligns the image vertically with the current line but not horizontally. It can be done by using the center element. The following code explains its usage. You just go through this code. Next one is border. By default an image has no border, but we can add border around the image by using the border attribute. Height and width. The height and width specifies the height of the text and width of an image respectively, either in form of an integer or a percentage value. H space and VS space. H space is and V space control the amount of horizontal and vertical space respectively around the image. The values for both these attributes are defined in the terms of pixels. So these are the attributes of image tag. Now, linking of web pages. A website contains of several web pages that give us access to the related information. HTML renders a powerful features of linking these web pages together called hyperlinking. We can use these hyperlinks or we can open any linked web page on the internet instantly. Types of linking: internal linking and external linking. This linking we have done in our previous class also. Internal linking means when are linking a web page or a web page is linked to another section of the same page, and whereas external linking when we are linking one page to of a website or a web page to the other web page on the another website. So when one page is linked to another web page or website is called external linking. What is the importance of linking? Linking is a primary means to link two or more documents on a web page. Using links, one can navigate through the desired web documents with just a click of mouse. In HTML, an icon, text, or graphic can be used to link another file or object. A browser highlights the identified text or image with color and underlines to indicate that it is a hypertext link. There is no need to create a large document having all the information on that page itself, as it makes the web page flat and non-interactive. No web page is without a hyperlink, otherwise it's just like the pages of a document. External linking and the anchor tag. In HTML, the anchor tag or the A tag is used to mark the text as a hyperlink text, which a user can click to display the document. Anchored to it. Being a container tag, it requires closing A tag to mark the end of the text or images. This tag can be used in two ways: the text or image that is clicked to activate the link, the address that will be opened using the defined link. You can use these links in the following ways: to jump from one section to another within the same web page, to link another page within the same website, to link to another page or website anywhere in the world. The A tag has two attributes, href and name. Href is an attribute of anchor tag which defines the document to which the link leads. Syntax for href attribute is a href is equals to value, where value can be a URL of a website, name of a file, or email address. Title attribute, as the name signifies, title attribute is used to give a title to the document to which you are linking. It contains some information about the link in the textual format that is enclosed in double quotes. This attribute is especially useful for referencing an image or a non-HTML document. Internal linking. You can also create links to other parts of the same document. It needs two instances of the anchor tag. One that serves as a hyperlink, that is the command that leads the browser to another section on our web page. The syntax will be a href is equals to hash link name link to another section of the same document /a. Here link name is the name of the section with which you are linking to, and hash sign tells the anchor that it is looking for the section within the same document. Another instance acts as a reference, that is the place on the page where you want the browser to jump to. Syntax will be a name is equals to link name new section /a. Now let us discuss the name attribute. The name attribute allows the user to create links within the same document. This attribute specifies the name of the anchor being set up. The value of the name attribute is an identifier for the anchor, and this should always be unique. A text that you define with the name attribute will not get highlighted when displayed by the browser. Creating an email link. You can also create a link that allows visitors to send an email message quickly by using the mail to function. It is not an HTML tag but a separate program that you can use from within the HTML text. It creates a link that allows the user to write and send email to a specified address. You can even specify multiple addresses by separating each one with a comma and space. All the major browsers support the mail to function. Example, ahref is equals to mail to info at kips.in, Kips Learning Solution Private Limited /a. And you can also consider an example in the form of a program that is given inside the box. Image as a link. An image can also be used as a hyperlink to another document. Type the following HTML code and save the file with name image.html. Now type the following code and define the link for image.html file. Dear students, we will try these programs and we will explain this chapter practically only when the school will reopen, because it is not possible for me to explain each and every program theoretically to you people over internet. So dear children, that's why I'm taking only theoretical part from these chapters. So whenever the school will open, we will try these programs in computer, and if it is possible, if you are having time at your home, you can try these programs yourself also. The best part of this book is that they have provided a variety of programs along with each topic that are describing the importance of each and every tag with the help of a program. So dear children, please just try to cooperate, because I am taking only theory section, because it's not possible for me to cover programs theoretically to you, because I know that you people are not able to understand the programs theoretically. So that's why I'm leaving this program section on you people, so that you can try that programs on your home. That's why I'm taking only theory section. Alright children, now we'll discuss audio and video. Until now we have discussed various tags which helps in enhancing the appearance of our web page. In this section we will discuss the tags which we will able to incorporate multimedia on our web page and make it alive. Multimedia refers to multiple mediums, the ability to add bits of sound and pictures to the web page. Now inserting audio. Sometimes we need to add music or video in our web page. Both audio and video can be embedded using the plugin. A plugin is a computer program that extends the standard functionality of our browser. We can insert an audio clip file of any format like .mp3, .ogg, .wav, etc. on our web page by linking to an audio file with the help of a tag. Linking to an audio file. Linking to an audio clip is quite similar to linking to an external graphics file or another web page. In this method, we make the use of anchor tag to link an audio file. Now inserting video. We can insert video files in our HTML pages by using the same method as used for inserting the audio files. The supported file formats include .mp4, .webm, .ogg, etc. Let us see how we can add video in our web page linking to a video file. A video file is linked to an HTML document in the same way as an audio file is linked, that is using the a tag. The syntax will be ahref is equals to URL of the video file, then link text /a. For example, ahref is equals to video 1.mp4 and click /a. Alright children. Now it's time to discuss tables. As you all know, we can also create tables in HTML by using certain table tags that includes tr, td, th, that means table row, table data and table header. So along with these tags, we are also going to discuss some of the other tags that are included in tables. So let us start with the topic tables. Tables arrange data in rows and columns and provide an interactive way to represent information. In HTML, tables allows the users to organize data like text, images and links, etc. in the form of rows and columns. Tables are helpful in many ways as they present information or data in a comprehensive manner, makes a comparative analysis of data, display information that is easier to read and quicker to evaluate. Let us have a look on the piece of data given in the tabular format. There are specific terms which we will use while describing a table's data. Caption, rows, columns, cells, headings. Caption gives a text description of the table. In the above example, the student's information will be the caption. Rows, these are the horizontal lines of data. Columns, these are vertical lines of data. Cell, it is the intersection of column and a row. Headings, these are the individual cells which acts as a labels depicting the type of information in each column. All these pieces of data they have shown in the example that is given above in the form of a table. Now, how to create a table in HTML. The table tag is used to create a table in HTML. Each row in a table begins with the tr table row tag. Columns cell contains each column begins with a td table data, and td tag must always be present inside tr tag. To specify a column heading, we use the th table header. The caption tag is used inside the table so that to specify the caption of a table, the t head, t body, and t foot tags are also used to define the specific sections of a table. Attributes of the table tag. The table tag has many attributes which helps in defining different formatting parameters for a table, like the width of the entire table, alignment, cell borders, etc. Let us learn about them. Border. This attribute draws a border around the table. The border attributes tell the table how large the border should be. Border color. The border color attribute is used to set the color of a table's border. Frames and rules. These attributes improve the amount of control one can execute over the borders of a table. The frame attribute indicates which sides of the outside borders or the table should be visible, whereas the rules attribute to specify which sides of the table inside border the table should be visible. The following table shows the possible values accepted by a frame attribute. Frame above displays the top edge. Frame below displays the bottom edge. Frame border display all four edges. Frame box same as frame border. Frame edge sides display top and bottom edges, horizontal sides. Frame LHS display the left edge. Frame RHS right edge. Frame void display no edge or border. Frame is equals to V side display the left and right edges. Now there is another table that shows the possible values accepted by the rules attribute. Rules none, cell borders are not displayed. Rules group, cell borders will appear between row groups and column groups only. Rules rows, rules will appear between rules only. Rules cause, rules will appear between columns only. Rules all display all inner borders. BG color, it is used to specify the background color of a table. Background, this attribute is used to set the background image for different part of a table. Align, the align attribute is used to specify the alignment of a table. Cell padding and cell spacing, this attribute cell padding attribute sets the margin within a cell. It sets the amount of space between the cell border and the cell data. Whereas cell spacing, this attribute is used to set the minimum distance between two adjacent cells. Cell spacing is also measured in pixels. Height and width. By default, the size of a table is as large as the data that is entered into it. You cannot change the overall height and width of the table to get the desired size. Now the attributes of the TR, TT and TH text. Border color and BG color. You can set the border color and background color of the cells for any specific row or column using border color and BG color attribute of TR and TD text. Align, horizontal alignment. The align attributes align the text within the cell either to the left, right or center. The default alignment of the content of the table cell is left and vertically centered. If you want to change the alignment of cell, it has to be done individually for each cell. As TR aligns equals to left, align the content of the cells in the row to the left size. V-align, vertical alignment. The V-align attribute is used within TD tag and sets the vertical alignment of the data in a column. The data can be aligned to the top, middle or bottom. Spanning, we can all combine two or more cells either column wise or row wise to convert them into single cell. It is useful for displaying heading and titles in the consecutive rows and columns. Call span is used to combine the cells horizontally. It specifies the number of columns that the cell span across and shows them as a single. Row span is used to combine the cells vertically. It merges the number of cells vertically and displays them as a single cell. Now the T-head tag. The T-head element is a new tag used in HTML. It is used to group header rows that defines the table's header. The tag should appear inside the table tag. It is useful in case of large files that spans across multiple pages in a document. T-foot tag. T-foot tag defines a group of footer rows in a table. A table footer provides footnotes for a summary that appears at the bottom of a table. This basic tag is written like this: T-foot and so on slash T4, within the table foot elements nested between the opening and closing tags. T-body. The T-body tag defines a table body. It allows us to group a block of table rows in an HTML table. So this is all about chapter number 4. Children, please, it's my humble request, please you just go through the solved programs that are given inside the box yourself, because it is necessary to try these programs at your home. No matter whenever the school will open, you will discuss these programs later on, but still it's your responsibility to at least try these programs at your home once. Alright children, I'm providing you with the notes also of this chapter. Till then, stay safe and stay healthy at your home.